The following morning, Wubin sat alone at the breakfast table, quietly eating while scrolling through his cell phone. A long list of missed calls and messages from the lawyer's daughter flashed across his screen, reminding him of the promise he had made to take her out on a date. He considered calling her back immediately, but stopped himself, deciding he would reach out when he felt in the right frame of mind to face her properly. Just then, Dr. Anna appeared, pulling her luggage behind her. She paused beside him and offered a small, polite smile as she explained that she was heading to the airport, having booked an early flight back to Norway. She thanked him for accommodating her so kindly all this time and for making her feel welcome in his home. With a hint of regret in her voice, she also apologized for crossing the line, admitting that as a doctor, she had violated the trust and boundaries of their doctor-patient relationship and that she should never have done so. Wubin stood up from his seat, meeting her gaze with calm understanding. He reassured her that it was all right, that he understood how these things could happen, and even took part of the blame himself, wondering if he might have given her the wrong impression without realizing it. He told her he still considered her a friend and promised her that he would never speak a word of it to her husband. Dr. Anna's shoulders relaxed at his words. She thanked him sincerely and, with a soft laugh, teased that he was truly a good man. So good that she herself had fallen under his charm, just like Aaron had once said. Every woman around him was bound to fall for him eventually. She joked that she couldn't believe Minsu hadn't fallen for him too. Wubin smiled faintly at her remark and told her he would take it as a compliment. Looking at him one last time, Dr. Anna said she knew deep down he yearned to find someone to build a real life with, even if he pretended not to care. She told him she believed that someone special would come along soon. Maybe that person was already closer than he even realized. Wubin chuckled at her words and, with dry humor, joked that perhaps he was destined to live as a bachelor forever and should probably sign up to become a priest instead. They both laughed at the thought, the tension between them dissolving into something gentler and lighter. As they gathered her luggage and moved toward the door, Wubin offered to drive her to the airport himself. Just as they were about to leave, his cell phone rang sharply. Seeing his assistant's name flash on the screen, he answered immediately. On the other end, his assistant's voice came through tight with urgency, asking if he was already on the way to the office. Wubin replied that he wasn't there yet, and his assistant insisted that he come at once, explaining that something serious was unfolding. In the background, Wubin could hear a rising wave of noise and commotion, but couldn't make out the details through the chaos. Cutting the call short, he turned to Dr. Anna and told her that he wouldn't be able to take her to the airport after all. An emergency at the office demanded his immediate attention. Dr. Anna only nodded, understanding that his work had to come first, and together they hurried out of the house and down to the driveway. Wubin dropped her off at the gate and drove off at once. When he arrived at the office building, he was met by a sight he hadn't expected. Crowds had gathered outside, and the media had already descended with cameras and microphones at the ready. His heart sank as he stepped out of his car and pushed through the people, trying to see what had caused all the commotion. Then, in the middle of the chaos, he saw her, the lawyer's daughter, kneeling on the pavement, holding up a sign scrawled with large letters that read, "Skyline Group used me to falsely lock my father in jail." Wubin froze, staring at her in shock just as the cameras swung toward him. The reporters surged forward, bombarding him with questions he wasn't ready to answer. The weight of the moment crashed over him as he realized this was not just a personal betrayal, but something that could ignite a scandal big enough to shake his family's entire legacy to its core.